All right, so I'm going to react to the second trailer of The Flash, and I want to talk about it actually after.
I lost my parents. That pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back. You actually did it.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
I love you, Monkey.
You lost both parents in one day.
Barry! Call 911 now!
I went back in time to save my parents. But instead, I completely broke the universe.
If you went back and changed the past, this world must die. You changed the future.
Do you know what this symbol stands for?
Means hope, right?
I will help you fight Zod.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
I have to undo what I did.
These scars we have make us who we are. We're not meant to go back and fix them. Don't let your tragedy define you.
What did you do?
No matter what we do, we're not going to be able to fix this. No! Nobody dies!
You're strapped to your parachutes.
And where's yours?
Whoa. I got the chills. I got the chills just watching this, and the first trailer was fantastic also. I am extremely excited for this movie, and I cannot believe Ezra Miller almost screwed this up for himself, and I'm glad he didn't, because I would hate to have him, like, replace the actor. It would have been a nightmare. The movie would potentially be canceled. DC movies just have bad luck, all right? They just couldn't get it right like Marvel. They always get it right with Batman Solo. But for some reason, when trying to put all these superheroes together, like I heard Aquaman Part 2 was a disaster. They had to, invest hundreds of millions of dollars to reshoot a lot of it. Batgirl was such a failure that they lost $90 million and they refused to even put it out onto streaming, saying that they're going to lose more money. So it's such a nice breath of fresh air to see an amazing project like this. This is like DC's Spider-Man No Way Home. The multiverse is such an awesome concept and in fantasy, and what's great about it is it gives DC a second chance to do a reboot without doing a reboot. Because look, we've seen all these superhero movies for years, and okay, now what? We've seen almost everything about them, but the multiverse opens like this whole new possibility. For example, now with Spider-Man No Way Home, first of all, they had a lot of hype about it. They showed the villains in the trailers. We didn't know if Toby and Andrew were going to be in the film, and we all suspected it, and it was so amazing to see them there. And now it's like, oh, if we want Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire, they could potentially give that to us without worrying that there's another Spider-Man on the big screen. Same thing with The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and Andrew Garfield. And now this version, even though it's a Flash movie, it's really centered around Batman. Okay, this is more of a Batman movie, kind of. Bringing Michael Keaton back was genius. Bringing Ben Affleck back was genius. This is like their own No Way Home. And Kevin Smith, I believe, said, "You guys have to bring back Christian Bale. You have to do this. This has to be like your No Way Home." And I think they didn't include a Christian Bale in the trailer because they wanted to do what No Way Home did and have some kind of surprise, right? They had to reveal Ben Affleck. They had to reveal Michael Keaton. Otherwise, there's no other way to suggest that there's going to be nostalgia Batman in the movie, right? The villains, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe if they got Jack Nicholson as the Joker, but he's too old for that. And what's it called? Or Danny DeVito's Penguin? I don't know. But, you know, bringing Michael Keaton back was genius. And now it's like, oh, yeah, we got to bring Christian Bale back. But here's the problem with that. First of all, when you watch the very first teaser trailer of The Flash from like last year, they show the two Barrys and Kara together saying, "Hey, are you in?" And when they revealed the back of Batman, they, for a quick second, played the Christian Bale theme in the background, right? This is from a YouTube video that I've seen. So that suggests like, hey, Christian Bale could potentially be in the film, because in the first trailer, the first official trailer, which is like, 2 months old, they showed Michael Keaton and then they played his theme, right? So that's another indication. And I heard in the rumor mill that they're going to introduce in the post-credit scene a third Batman, and it's going to be a Batman from the past, a nostalgia Batman, and they showed a picture of George Clooney, Val Kilmer, and Christian Bale. Also, it's definitely probably going to happen because, again, in the very first teaser trailer from last year, they played the Christian Bale theme, and they also showed all three, the two Barrys and Kara, saying, "Are you in?" But then in the first trailer, the first official trailer from 2 months ago, they showed Michael Keaton, and they only showed the two Barrys wearing different clothes. So there's definitely going to be a surprise. Now, which Batman will it be? On one hand, it's like, it definitely cannot be Val Kilmer, because Val Kilmer lost his voice for the most part because he had cancer. And now that just leaves George Clooney and Christian Bale. George Clooney was arguably the worst Batman that was ever on screen. And Christian Bale is a fan favorite. Everybody, there's always like this battle of the goats. Who's the greatest Batman of all time, Ben Affleck or Christian Bale, right? Or Michael Keaton with certain people. I, by the way, think it's Christian Bale, but whatever. I love all of them, but I think it's Christian Bale. So anyway, the problem with Christian Bale is, however, Christian Bale is an actor that takes himself way too seriously. He's like one of those, like, I'm an actor kind of people. And he and Chris Nolan had this deal. We're only going to make these Batman movies together. Now, he did tease us by saying, yeah, I'm ready to return. I could return as Batman, but Chris Nolan has to be involved. So I don't know, like, their whole universe and concept was like very realistic. When they offered Christian Bale to be part of the DCEU, he said no. Would he want to break that barrier and join this fantasy world? I mean, why not? It's for the fans. But at the same time, he might be very stubborn and say, no, I did this whole realistic thing. He might not understand the concept of fantasy and whatever, or comic books. Who knows? Who knows? I would love to see Christian Bale. I thought at first I saw him like riding the motorcycle in the trailers, but I found out that was the Ben Affleck Batman. Now, it's not so crazy to think, well, what if they bring back George Clooney? Now everybody's like, but why? We all hate George Clooney, and George Clooney himself hates himself as Batman, right? But this is kind of a great way for him to redeem himself. This is just like Andrew Garfield's character redeemed himself by, spoiler alert, saving Tom Holland's love interest when he couldn't save his own love interest in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So this is a good way for George Clooney to make a comeback as Batman and show a better side of himself. And the fans will be like, oh, well, okay, we'll take it. It's cool to see a nostalgia Batman, even if it's the worst one, especially if he could do a better job. Now, I don't even think it's George Clooney's fault he did a bad job. I think it was the director and the writers, right? They set the tone. He could have potentially have done a good job. Who knows? I'd rather see Christian Bale, but you know what? If they could bring back Val Kilmer with CGI, because I heard they did that for Top Gun, if they could bring him back with the CGI, bring back George Clooney and Christian Bale, oh, that would be awesome. It doesn't have to be like Spider-Man No Way Home where they all like hang out. It could be like The Flash just hit one one universe, then another, and then another. It could be like that. And the vibe that I'm getting, I don't even think Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton are going to interact. Actually, I think Barry's going to interact with, Ben Affleck. There's going to be a little action, and then he's going to leave that universe, and he's just going to work with Michael Keaton. And that's that. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's only about a month away. This is exciting, and I'm very happy for DC. That's all I have to say, so let's see what happens.